Okay, we will start for the configuration example for the IPsec VPN. For the IPsec VPN, in this scenario, we have two LAN from the 190.160.0.0, and you need to communicate with the 190.160.1.0. This is another private IP, and we have two routers between the site you need to deploy, and also we have internet. This is the router IP address, and this is the WAN IP address to connection the IPsec VPN tunnel. And when we need to configuration, how to do it. For the IPsec VPN configuration process, we have two routers, and then it must be pinging each other. And also you need to check the port UDP or TCP 500 that you already blocked or not. Or your router it is your router under the net from the ISP. You need to check. And after that, you will configuration the router one to set up the IPsec instance role and define the IKE policy and PSHare key and IPsec encryption transform set, and another one for encryption and mapping. And finally, we have we need to mapping the encryption by your interface outgoing. And the next step, we will configuration the routing, the route. Sorry, the route from the router 1 to the router 2. We need to add the root network segment of the internet of the router 2 by the EGS interface. And next step, we will configuration the R2, the router R2, and we will set up the IPsec internet port and ISA-KMP policy. This one it should be the same both sides. PSHare key also. And the last one, we will configuration the route on the R2 to connect with the HQ segment and mapping to the EGS. And how to configuration? The config at first, we must provide the access list. For the access list, we use the access list and permit the IP address private IP of the router 1. This is the private IP router 1, and this is the private IP of router 2 that we want to connect each other. And another one, we need to configure the ISA-KMP policy. We use the crypto ISA-KMP and keep alive file. That means the time keep alive, it will every 5 seconds it will send keep alive that connection already established or not. If the connection is lost, it will lose the connection, disconnect the connection. And also we need to create the ISA-KMP policy. We define rule number 1, and we will define the authentication to use the PSHare key. And after we define the authentication PSHare key, we need to define your PSHare key. And how to configure? You need to configure the crypto ISA-KMP key and 0 it means if you show configuration running in your router, it will show in the plain text. You can see your IPsec key, but you can change to another thing such as 7. 7 it will encryption your Ruijie into another thing. And the address, this one is the WAN IP or public IP of the router 2. And we also need to configure the IPsec encryption transform set, crypto IPsec transform set, and this one is the name of the transform set. And you use the ESP or AS algorithm and use the encryption key dash or hash MD5. It is depend on your specific. And for the IPsec encryption map, we need to create the encryption map for in this example we use the map and name is my map, and 5 it is a sequence of the SA. If you have another SA, you can define that to another number such as 6 or 10, something like that. And then it will need to set the peer. The peer it is a WAN IP of or the public IP of router 2, and set the mindset to mapping your transform set and match your private address and the destination address. Finally, we will apply the encryption map by the interface number 0. This is the edge, and crypto map my map. This is it will apply the outgoing interface. And finally, we need to configuration the root, IP root, and the private IP of the destination and mesh, and the WAN IP address of our side. This is all of the R1. And for R2, we also doing same like R1. First, we need to create the access list and define your network and destination, and also create the ISA KMP policy and define the authentication. And this one is not important. If it is for the encryption your message, you need to select the and for the IPsec key, you also setting into the same way. And the last one, you need to change the address, define the address of the router 1. This is the public IP of router 1. And for the IPsec encryption transform set, this is also the same router 1. We will define a transform set and set the name to my set, and this is the same ESP and date, and also algorithm by your specific at the router 1. It should be the same. After that, we will configuration the IPsec encryption map. We will use the crypto map. This is my map. This is the name of the IPsec KMP, and set the peer router 1 IP address and the transform set, and map with your access list. And finally, apply your crypto for outgoing interface. And finally, we will configure the root for the destination of the private IP router 1. And this is the outgoing interface of our R2. Sorry, this is the IPsec tunnel IP address. For summary, this is the all of configuration between R1 and R2. As you can see, we have to create the transform state and then set map by the segment. If your connection already mapped to send out by this WAN, it will map the transform set by this one and matching the address of your access list. In this way, the connection will be established by this way. And if you have to you have a more SA, you can create more mapping and the index for your connection established. And for the R2, it's also the same. This one we have a mindset and it is the same, it is the same thing, and map it the router one private address, something like that. And finally, after its configuration completely, you can ping to another site, and it will have some a little bit timeout because the first we need to negotiation the SA at first, and then it will can pinging package. If we use this command to show the crypto IPsec SA, it will show the IPsec SA negotiation, and it will show the outgoing interface that we are already mapped the crypto, and you can see the address of the address. This one is a router outgoing interface, and you can see MTU and the source IP address and destination for address. It is a private IP address. And for the packet encapsulation, you can see a number of successfully or not. This number it should be consistency by the both side. For encryption and decryption, it should be the same. Should be the same number. And if you type the command, it will show in that time. If you want to check the real working, you need to type again for the show show crypto IPsec SA. You need to type enter and enter again. It is important to check your IPsec connectivity. And for the package question, for the IPsec VPN establishment between two peers, we have a IKE negotiation key, and we divide into parts. So we have a two phase, all right. But the first one, do we have what is the phase one mode? Anyone can answer me? Anyone else can answer me in the question? For the phase one, how many modes can it work? Can it support? It is a multiple.
Guys, you may write your answers in the chatting area or just open your microphone and speak to our instructor.
Anyone can answer me? Oh, no one answer me. Oh, that is just correct one. You need to answer me more. We have a two choice. Correct. Okay, I will show you your answer. A and B. In the phase one, we have a aggressive mode and main mode. And for the phase two, we have only one mode for the quick mode. this is all support for the HAKMP SA intermediate. For the summary for the IPsec, this is ensure for your security data when you send the message to another site, and we have a AS and ESP protocol to check your data integrity and confidentiality and authentication. This is depend on your purpose or your concern for your security, and you need to have you only have a bandwidth too low. You can select the AS to use, and if you need to have more security, you need to use the ESP protocol that it will make your original message into the plain text, into the cipher text. And also we have IKE to automatically manage the SA. If you want to change the negotiation or change the encryption key or authentication key, you can use the IKE to automatically change. And the IKE negotiation between two IPsec, we have a two-phase. First one, we have a main mode, and another one is the aggressive mode. In the phase 2, we only have a quick mode. Okay. Okay. Let me show you some hand-on. We have a little bit show you to how it works and how to command. Okay, I have a example for you. This is the IPsec Lab guide, and we have proposed the company to have a HQ and Ben, and we have two routers, R1 and R2, and we have internet from the ISP. The ISP, they don't have allow a root of the private network from our side, so we need to use the IPsec to connect between HQ and WAN. So we will try to configuration in this lab. For the first, we have a IP segment of the PC1. We have a network 190.160.1.0, and for the WAN, we have a 192.160.2.0. We have two private network need to connect it, and between the router 1 and 2, we have an ISP and IP WAN is a different segment. It is 12 and it is 23. So we will configuration the PC IP address, and then it will connect with the gateway of the router 1. In this lab, we will set up the PC1 to this one and the gateway to connect with the router 1. And for the PC2, we have this IP address for the PC2, and for the gateway we use the 25450 for the gateway. And this is for the router. We will configuration the interface. All interface will have an IP address to connect with each other. And for the ISP, we also configure the IP address of the public IP. We have a two segment, and for the R2, we also configure the interface. And after that, we will configure the routing for the root. This is for the root. For the router one, we will configuration the destination IP address of the router R2, and this is the next hop of the ISP, that is Internet public, and we will route with the WAN IP address or public IP address of the router 2, and this is the Internet of the router 1. This is the Internet, and also router 2, we will define the network of router 1 for the private network, and we will send the root to the this public IP address. And for the last one, we will configuration the IP route of the WAN to the HQ. It is the network of HQ public IP, and this one for the Internet of the WAN. Okay, let me show you. AP. It is setting your IP address. Okay, we have an IP address of the PC1, and for the router one, we will configure the interface G0/1. Oh, sorry. 0/1. And then we have IP address of the gateway of this network. And then I will configure the interface G0/0 IP address. Of IP address, or maybe I need to know split port, because this port for the default this is a layer 2 port. We need to change into the layer 3 port. Okay. For the router 1 already finished. We will configure IP. For the IP, address. And then configure the IP address of another WAN, another public IP. Okay. And I will test the connectivity for the WAN IP. Okay, we can ping to the router R1. Another one, we will configure the router R2. Router R2, we will configure the interface G0 and IP address. Address of G01. This is the gateway of the WAN. Okay. Let me try to ping. Okay, it can connect with each other. And we will configure the root for the public IP and private IP. We will start from the R1 IP root. One 90.168.2.0 Wi-Fi. And outgoing interface. Okay, and for the latter root for the public IP or WAN IP of the R2. Okay, and start for the router R2. Router R2 we will to the IP root 190.1.0 Wi-Fi to Wi-Fi E0 and IP public IP of IPsec. And another thing, destination public IP of the router 1 12.0.0.0 Wi-Fi 0 and G01 00 and public IP case. Okay, we have allowed it now. And another thing, we will from now for the ISP we don't have allowed between the HQ and WAN. So I will take connection to the WAN first. I will ping. It is not establish the connection IPsec. So it will connection timeout because the IPsec connection not established now. We check connectivity between the gateway. Okay, we can ping it. So next step we will configure the IPsec VPN. First one, we have a crypto IP policy. Crypto IHKMP policy. Number one, user name and authentication. For the authentication, pre-check key. Okay, and encryption TJ exist intro let's say KMP keep alive. For the keep alive, you can define your keep alive time for retransmit your message every 10 seconds. And if you have a timeout in 3 seconds, it will lost connection. It will disconnect the connection. เดี๋ยวนี้มี zero Ruijie 23 okay crypto IPsec transform mindset for the mindset for the algorithm you can select many selection. If you want to use the AS, you can select the AS and ESP also. In this scenario, we will use the ESP number 3 and MD5 for hash exit. And then we will create the access list to provide the private IP address and the destination IP address. Permit IP host. This one, this purpose just only for only one host. But if you want to connect more IP address, you need to use MAC instead of the host, because for the host, just only one connection who have this IP address, you can connection along the side. The host from the another side R2 exit and shift to my map. For the my map, it is a verse you can change by your side to another one, ABC, something like that. Depend you can remember this crypto. And for the index, IPsec ISA KMP oh sorry, I missed some configuration. My map number 10 IPsec ISA and set the peer. This connection will be map the peer okay, and define your transform set. My set is the name and match your access list 100 of match and then 100 and interface, and we will apply the encapsulation crypto for the guest interface. In this scenario, we use the GI0/0 and crypto map my map. Okay, we finished the router one, so we go to the router 2. For the router 2, we also have the same configuration. Policy number 1, authentication, pre-check key, and encryption. TJ. Yeah. Crypto IPsec keep alive. Below this. For the key, you can change the number 0 to 7. As you can see, if you change to 7, the p-check key will hiding from the running configuration. Okay. And then crypto IPsec transform and mindset ESP and define. Okay. This and then see here the access list. IP access list. Extend it 100 and sequence number 10 permit IP host number 2.1 and host destination. Okay, this crypto map my map and number 10 IPsec SA IC SKMP and set here and set transform my test match your access list number 100 interface GI 0 crypto map my map. Oh, sorry. Map my map. Okay. Okay. Now we already finished the configuration, so we will try to ping from the PC1 to PC2. Oh, the connection not is a bit. Let me check. So IP เรา Okay, this one is already connect for IP. Change the continuity to the WAN. Okay, for the other one. Okay. And for the IPsec, if you cannot do connection between the side, you can use this one, show crypto SAKMP SA to show the connectivity. Let me show you. Show crypto SA. The connection already connect in the same PDF, and we will check the another side. Show crypto SA. It also same. Oh, maybe have some issue. And for the verification configuration, we have show crypto IPsec SA You can show crypto IPsec SA. This one, as you can see in the picture, the encapsulation and decryption not same. That means transform test that may have issue. So I will show LAN. Take the transform test. I said my set. Okay, it's already correct. So run. It's correct. I transform test. See this. Says maybe I'm missing some configuration because the time is too tight. Oh, the connection have issue on the router 2. Okay. So Ruijie cannot connect. Oh, maybe I'm missing to configure the IP address. IP 1, 2, 1.5, 2.5, 0. Okay. Okay, try again. Okay. You can check the connectivity again. Okay. Now, finally, we can connect with each other from the WAN to the queue. And for the main purpose of this principle, you need to know about the verification, IPsec SA, and crypto. If the state already IKE idle, that means your connection is established. And another thing, you can see this message. If the message is not consistency, that means this is number 4 and 0. That means you have a connection issue. You can find and verification your connection on your router. Okay, I think that is all for me for my lab. Anyone, if you have any question, you can write down on the chat. Okay. Ilga, do you hear me?
Oh, yes. And is there any questions you would like to ask Jappy? You can open your microphone and or write your questions in the chatting area, okay?
Anyone have any question, you can ask me by your microphone, or you can write down on the chat. Okay. Actually, our router also support the GUI. You don't need to use that all the command because it's really complexity. So I if you need to setting the IPsec VPN, you can use the GUI or UI interface on the IP address or eWeb. It's also convenient for you. Okay. I think that's all for me. Thank you, everyone.
Okay. Okay, thank you, Jappy. So thank you for explanation. So that's the first part of the training about IPsec VPN. And next, let's welcome Yo, who will introduce the second part of Ruijie AP with AO2.1x to us. Hello, Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
Oh.
Please share your screen and start your part.
Yeah.
Yes, can everybody see my screen? If yes,
Yes.
please. Okay, thank you. So, please good afternoon, everybody. So today, my part I will explain on how we're going to make a connection for the AO2.1x with our Ruijie AP. Okay. So first, we'll go through the principle of the AO2.1x, and then we'll show some lab for how we're going to configure the AO2.1x with our Ruijie AP. Okay. So we start with our AO2.1x protocol. So in the principle of this AO2.1x, everybody know for the Wi-Fi connection, for the LAN connection, if you use we can use for Wi-Fi, we have WPA or WPA2 or PSK. So with this AO2.1x, we have a more security feature. Okay. So in AO2.1x, the attribute we can see is widely used. It helps many like education, finance department, operator, and government and other industry to have a more security control on the access of the device to their network environment. Okay. Normally, this will AO2.1x we will integrate with our Radius, or we have a company server. Okay. So in our company, we have our Radius call SAM. In other brand, you usually can see is Cisco ICE, Microsoft AD, and etc. Okay. So for the development or deployment of this AO2.1x, it require installation of client software, okay, in the client terminal. Okay. Or nowadays, with the powerful with the Windows operating system, we can directly, without installing any software, we can connect using the this protocol in our Windows system. Okay. And next, for this function, is a port-based access control. Okay. So normally, if you have authenticated with the port, the port will be in open or it will be in closed if you are didn't pass through the authentication. Okay. So the role in the 802.1x, we can have three components, three rows. The first one will be the supplicant. Okay. The second one will be your authenticator, and the third one will be your authentication server. Okay. So in this diagram, you can see the supplicant usually will be your end device or your endpoint, and then the authenticator will be normally with your switch or your AP or any the authenticator. Then this authenticator will contact with our authentication server to get all the AAA authentication, okay, accounting, authentication, and authorization. Okay. So in our practical or actual scenario, you can see this the meaning. The PC will be our supplicant, and then our switch will be our authenticator, and then our authentication server will be our Radius server. Okay. So this is the authentication, the definition. So normally it will be the NAS, the network control, network access server. Okay, it will encapsulate all the response received from the client, and then it will send it to the Radius server to do all the processing. Okay, and then from there they will return either is a control or an uncontrolled port. Okay, this is the feature or the function of the authenticator role. Okay. Next will be the supplicant. Okay. The supplicant normally, like just now, the diagram will be the end user. It will typically is like what you see is a PC, internal PC. Okay. When it requests want to access to the network, it will require to do some authentication before they get into the network. Okay. And the next authentication server will be our Radius. Okay. So this Radius it will control, and then they can set multiple criteria or validation on the client before they get authenticate to the network. Okay. So the Radius server we have multiple. We come with Microsoft server, or we have a free source Radius server that is running under Linux. Okay. So next, we go into the lab. So for this lab, I have this topology. So we have our control in our Ruijie cloud, and then we have AP840 to perform as a NAS, okay, or NAS authenticator, and we have our Radius in the locker, okay, to perform all the authentication to be enabled in the network. Okay. So for this Radius, I use simple Radius server setup is embedded inside the NAS device. So you can choose whether you want to use Windows Server NPS or the free Radius in the Linux to your setup. Okay. In this lab example, I use the Synology. They have a built-in Radius server inside the NAS. Okay. So when you set up the NAS, you go into the NAS setting. You make sure all the authentication and then your network interface, and then you can select the source where you want the user to authenticate from, the user that is created from where. Okay. So in this case, I am using my NAS local user login, okay, to log in through the Radius. Okay. So the radius setting here, we must set the radius client. Okay. So this radius client will be, it will talk to the NAS authenticator. Okay. In this scenario, the NAS will be our AP. Okay. So we'll put in all the AP and then the secret name and then the naming. Okay. So you set inside your radius server, then you go to create the user inside your local database. Okay. So once you create the user and then set up the NAS authenticator in your radius server, we go to our cloud, the Ruijie cloud. You log into our Ruijie cloud, and then this is the new interface for our cloud. So to set up the authentication method, we go to our project and then go to our device, and then you can go into the SSID. Okay. So after you press your SSID, you choose the SSID that you want to use or do for the 1X. Then you edit it. Okay. So here you can create your SSID name, and then you choose it, the encryption option to 802.1x enterprise, and then this WPA to 802.1x encryption method. Okay. So for this server, you need to click and configure the server your server IP address and all the credential. Okay. So if you go to the server to add to the server, you press the add. Then inside here you add your radius server name and then the IP address. Okay. And then the server name, authentication port and accounting port, and the share secret that we create that is matched with the configuration inside your radius. Yeah. So this key must be correct in order for the AP and the radius server to exchange the information. Yeah. So once you created, we go to for the old cloud. How we're going to create the same method that the setting that we created in our new cloud. So if you prefer to use the old cloud, this is the way that you want to create through the old cloud. You go to your configuration, and then go to the basic. Okay. After basic here, you choose your SSID, and then you edit. Okay. And then from here, these are all similar. If you look at the new cloud, you choose the encryption mode, and then you add the radius server that the AP going to contact. Okay. So for the server, you just put in the name, the IP address, and then the accounting port, and the key, the radius key here that are specified in the radius server. So after you have done all that, AP will broadcast the SSID that we create, and it will prompt you something like that. It will ask you to enter the username and password. That this is this credential that is that we will need to get the authentication username password from my Redis server. Okay. So here I have a video on how we going to authenticate. Okay. So once you click it, and then you go to the Wi-Fi. You choose the Wi-Fi that is broadcast, the configure, then you enter the name and password. Okay. Once you authenticate successfully, it will connect to the Wi-Fi. Okay. So how do we actually going to verify? Okay. I have a next slide. So in your Redis server, if you have a log, you can check. So it can show you under here the username that from the client is going to pass, and what is the MAC address that is authenticating from the AP. Okay, so this is the one way to verify inside the Redis server itself. Okay, the second way, you can go to our cloud, and then you click on the AP, and then you show the web CLI, the logs. Okay, so inside the logs, you can see as they have exchanging the message from the Wi-Fi and the server, and then you can see the user. They have a message here. The user have passed the authentication. Okay, and then you can see what is the username and their MAC address. Okay, what is the MAC address that is authenticating through the AP. Okay. This is the second way to check. And then the third way, you also can log into the AP itself, our Ruijie AP 840. And then from the diagnostic and the syslog here, you also can check on the log on what username being sent, and then what is the IP address. Okay. So if you have encountered like something like the server is not reachable, it will show you. Okay, means you need to check the connectivity of the server. Okay, so this is the third way how we're going to check the logs for the authentication. And you also can see our SSID that is configured from the cloud. They have this option, and then the Wi-Fi option, and then what is the SSID name, and then the encryption and all the server settings that is actually configured inside our AP. Right? And inside the AP also, you can check which user is connected. You can see the user info and their MAC address. Okay, what is their connected SRSSI, or what radio channel that is using. Yeah. So that's basically how simple is it to configure for the wireless .1x using our Ruijie card. Okay. Any question?
If you have questions for this part, you can open your microphone or write your question in the chatting area.
Okay. So let me continue for the next part. For some of you maybe still new, and for some of you maybe have already heard about this our Ruijie service and support for the 2023. Okay. So in this service and support, firstly, I will explain how you're going to get technical support from our website. Okay. So how you can take the resources or to get some help from our website. Then the second part will be the training. And just now in the chat box, got people asking. For people that is asking, got any certification? We do have some certificate. How you're going to get certification from our site? Okay. And then the last part will be the warranty policy. Okay. For our device, if you encounter any faulty, any broken device, what is the service policy that we offer in our website for Ruijie. Okay. So first, we go to the technical support resources. So as you can see, this service, we go to our Ruijie networks/support. We have this page listed out, and then you can get a lot of resources from this page itself. The first one, you can download all the cookbook, all the command reference guide, all the hardware installation guide, and then all the firmware. You can get it downloaded from this tab. And then the next one, you can check the product license, or you need to activate any license. You can go to this product license. Okay. The third part will be the case portal. Okay. We have the case portal. You can open up a case portal here, and then the product lifecycle information, and then our hotline. We do offer a few hotline in the region. Okay, and the last part will be the warranty check. Okay, you also can check. So from this page, the service portal here, you can get a lot of helpful information to help out your daily work. Okay. So the first one, we talk about case portal. So in our case portal, we have 4 categories that you can create. You can register yourself. It's absolutely free. And then you can register yourself and get your user ID. And then you can create the first one. You can create the tech support request. Okay. So if you encounter any configuration problem, hardware, or any pre-sales problem or post-sales problem, you also can create and have a case recorded and follow up using our tech support request. Yeah, you can open up a case as long as you have a valid device in service. You can open up. Okay. And the second one will be the RMA claim. Okay. So if you are SI or other partners who want to claim the warranty by entering the RMA, you can enter inside our case portal also. Yeah. The third one will be the warranty period inquiry. In our case portal, we also include this function to check by using the serial number. Okay, the validity of your device warranty. Okay. And the fourth part will be suggestion. We do accept any feedback or suggestion from you. Then we can improve our product and also our service. You can do your suggestion inside our case portal. Okay. Next one will be our very famous Rita. Everybody will call it Rita. This is a Ruijie Intelligent Tech Assistant. Okay. So here we have a QR code here, and scan or download. But it is actually if you have our Ruijie Cloud app, you can access this Rita inside the app also. Okay. So inside this Rita, we can have many guidance. Okay, if you type some message here, it will show you all the relevant or recommended detail that you want to search. Okay, so for example, you want to search AP, you prompt up AP what configuration guide, something like that. So it will automatically pop up and show you and guide you to get the things that you want. So like for example, you want software download, you just type in what device you want to download the software. Okay. And beside that, on your right corner here, we have our bulletin here. So here we list out all the updates and all the what is hot inside our community portal. Okay. This is another platform that we provide for you to get the updates. Okay, and we also will highlight all the Facebook update and YouTube update that is currently being updated. Okay, so it's a very useful tool, and this no matter you use what platform, either you like to use PC and you want to get the support or get all the material using your PC or your laptop, and if you on the move, you also can use your iPad or WhatsApp to do the live chat support using mobile phone also. Okay, so this live chat, we have a real tech person that will communicate with you live. Okay, so the live tech will be working. This is the working time. Okay, so it's nearly 7 days, and then how many hours here? 12 hours. Okay, okay, the English service. So for other region, you can check it out. We have a different region tech that will support all the technical issues that you are facing. Okay, so here we have a few ways to get this live chat support. We can have a website. If you prefer WeChat, you can have a WeChat. Okay, so if you don't like, you didn't say you both also don't like, you can use our WhatsApp also. Okay. Even though you message in our Facebook, we also can direct you to our live chat. Okay. So this is the retail service. Okay. So the next one will be our hotline. So if you don't want to do any typing or you prefer to talk to a real person, our tech also provided hotline. Okay, you can call 7 days a week. Okay, these are the working hour of the service hotline. So depend on which region you are. Okay, so if you're in Thailand, then you can call this Thailand number. If you're in Malaysia, you can call this Malaysia toll-free number. Okay. If you're in Philippines, you also can call this toll-free number from Philippines. Okay. If you're in China, Hong Kong also, you can call this number. Okay. For other region, maybe you can also call into this number to talk to our tech. Okay. This is instant communication. Okay. So for our sovereignty, tech support sovereignty, we have a few various type of classification. So we have 4 sovereignty levels. Okay. Then for the lowest sovereignty level will be P4. So if you consult normal configuration or any function etc, okay, the SLA period will be, they will resolve it for you in 18 calendar days. Okay. Then it will keep track 1 day or 3 business days of the frequency. Okay. So if you go more deeper, for example, you have the highest sovereignty. The sovereignty description will be you have a network that is disconnected and is impacted your network device. Okay, so it will have 7 calendar days of SLA to help you to solve the problem. Okay. So the next one will be our community. You can scan, and in our community, we have one-on-one feedback. Okay, you can register yourself, and you can type some question inside the community. So we have our professional tag will be get your question, and then we'll respond within 4 hours time. Okay. And then if we have any latest technical sharing, also we will post it in our community platform. Okay. And sometimes we will offer some gift or rewards. You can participate and get from the activity the rewards. So this is another platform, our community platform. Next, if you have a social media, you have Facebook or LinkedIn. I very welcome everybody to like our Facebook. Okay, so our Facebook will have update every day. Okay, for all the technical queries or technical, most people encounter problem and the way to do some configuration. So you will always be post inside our Ruijie tech support Facebook. Okay. So for those haven't liked our page yet, I encourage you guys to like our page, and also for our LinkedIn page. Okay. Yeah. So we have technology sharing. Okay. And then our engineer sharing also, and also when we have a topic training, we also will post inside our social media. Okay. So next, other than our social media, we have our YouTube channel ourselves also. So from this one, our YouTube channel, you also can like and subscribe. Okay, our YouTube channel will post a lot of training. Then from multi languages or the local languages like Vietnamese or Thailand. Okay, and from time to time we also update on YouTube. Okay, you can get all the training course from YouTube also. Okay, and this is our global map for all our ASP located in the world. Okay, so you can see we are expanding. Okay, so we are covering all the location that we have our presence in the local area. And for our on-site service, we have a spare part. Okay, so for those have advanced hardware replacement AHR purchase, we have built. You can see from our original factory, we are from Fuzhou. Okay, and then we have a spare part that is currently in this green color. We have multi location. So in case the hardware broken, if you have brought all the HR, we have can get from our local warehouse to get those to support all the business critical uh, hardware. Okay, so this is basically to summarize all our Ruijie provided. Okay, for the bottom one we have our Rita, and then we have a service hotline. You can get help from our service hotline. Also, you can call to our local ASP hotline to get help from our local ASP, and live chat and also case portal we are provided from our side, and on-site service. Okay, if you encounter a more serious problem, you can do on-site service to fix all your problems. Okay. Second, we go to the certification. So for certification for the career path, if you log into our e-learning, so you will get the RCNA and RCNA WLAN to learn for free. Okay, and we also recently just came out RCMP study the training. You can also get training from our website, and we have also for have this competency certificate for all those VAD and sub-B. You can have our ISC Ruijie and also ISC Enterprise. Okay. These are both of these are for Ruijie specified engineer technical that is required for all the VAD and sub-B. Okay. So this is the basic certificate that we offer, and also if you are VAD, you can also become our trainer. Okay, so we have this certificate for the trainer also. So like I said, for the free courses, you can register yourself. You go to our website, then support e-learning, and register yourself. And once you register, you straight away can and go through all the training video inside our portal. Okay. So if you finish out all the path, then there is a final exam at the end of the path that you can take, and then you can, if you pass, then you will get a certificate from us. Okay. And we have a training calendar. We have a schedule every few months. We have a training that is given by all our training instructor. Okay, so you can go to our training website to get the actual training date that is scheduled. Okay. So the last one is the warranty policy. So for all the warranty for Ruijie series, we mainly given is 3 years warranty. Okay, while for MBS series, Switch series, we have a 5-year warranty. Okay, so you can see which product you purchase. Then for Ruijie series, we have a 1-to-1 replacement. Okay. For Ruijie series, it's a 9x5 15 calendar day. Okay, you need to ship back or return for repair. Okay. So if you like some more SLA hardware support, you can purchase. Okay, you can purchase our RCare, which just now we demo in our training before we training. So for all the hardware that you purchase without any AHR, you are covered under this basic category. Okay. So if you need more SLA, okay, like this one, instead of 15 calendar day, you want some AStar standard, you want some replacement that will be covered for the next business day. So for next business day, you will get the replacement. Then you can brought this as AHR standard. Okay. So in case you have want to have 4 hours is one time, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, you can purchase our AHR Golden. Okay. And if you require some engineer to be on site, then you can buy the on-site package. Yeah. So take note, all these service product, you can talk to our sales, then they will quote you based on the device that you require for the RK. Okay. So this is basically the service that can be brought from our service product, and this will be the main process. Okay. So that's all for my side. Thank you.